Another great little musical theme here from Nintendo's Mach. As you can see, this game has a few different play options. Take a look at the fighting course first. We're starting to see much more involved introduction scenes here. This one has a little bit of a plot integrated into it. It's sort of a science fiction themed behind the vehicle motorcycle racer. And your motorcycle is actually armed with some sort of machine gun, and the object of course is to not crash and to also shoot down enemy vehicles. The story behind Mach involves Earth freeways being invaded by some sort of alien race. Your job is to cruise around on a motorcycle and wipe them out. Apparently the freeways of the future are pretty trashed. There's oil barrels laying around everywhere, not to mention all kinds of oil puddles, water puddles, and rocks. Aside from enemy vehicles, you have to avoid these obstacles as well. Now this game came out only around a month after Super Mario Bros., so it must have been developed around the same time. Of course, it's not nearly ambitious, but it's certainly not a bad little racer game. One unusual thing about this game is it was actually released in the United States before Japan. It was a launch title for the NES, didn't come out in Japan until November. Because this was a launch title for the NES, this game probably has a better reputation than it actually warrants. I do love the way that it informs you that you are Mach in between every single level, as if you would somehow forget. The controls in this game are decent, if not great. One thing is you do get to go awfully fast in this game. Once you're at top speed, you can actually barely see the track, and you often can't see things as you're going around corners. Of course, you can't really slow down easily either. If you slow down beyond 4th gear, cars will sneak up behind you and actually crash into you, as you see there. If nothing else, this game does have a very cool sort of death animation. One thing that is fascinating about this game is that this was the first sort of science fiction themed game Nintendo came out with. Now the other play modes, there is this one here in which you simply have to go through the level and beat a certain time. The last gameplay mode is where you go through a level in a certain time, but there's no additional opponents on the road. And just like Excite Bike, there is a design option as well. So my final verdict on this game is that it's a decent little racing game, but perhaps not as good as its fans might think it is.